Hello, welcome. Round 9 of the UCI Cyclocross World Cup being held in Dublin, Ireland. So the last 2 weeks were won by Matthew van der Poel, who's actually missing from this week's edition because he's down south with his team training. Matthew van der Poel is missing. Wout van Aert made his appearance a week ago and he finished second to Matthew van der Poel. And this week he turned the tables. So it was Tom Pidcock as well as a couple other favorites from Belgium and the Netherlands. So let's get started into the women's race. The women's race was a two horse race. It started off one of the young ladies from Intermarché. I believe her name is Maria Schreiber. She rides for Intermarché, so she took off early, got a real fast start. She held on for about 1 or 2 laps out front, setting the pace. So she got out early, she got going. She couldn't hold on to it, but then Van Empel and I'm not cursing, her name is Puck Tracy. It was pretty interesting battle between those two because Van Empel, she actually crashed twice. She was trying to bunny hop over the obstacles that they have, and she didn't make it. She got tangled up with another young lady. And then after those two got away, it was basically a 2-horse race, really good race. The course in Dublin, Ireland was amazing. It looked simple, but because of the conditions, because of the icy frozen mud, which obviously when you ride on ice and then it gets slushy, so then it turns into like a thick, muddy substance. So that made it for a really tough day. So everyone was saying, like, when they looked at the profile before the race, it was like, that doesn't look like it's going to be an easy race or an easy-ish race, not much of a challenge. When they got there, they found different, and every single rider was like, so that was a tough course. So well done to DuBLin for putting on an amazing race. So now let's get into the men's race. The race was won by Wout van Aert, second cyclocross race for the season. And since he's gotten into road racing pretty much full time, he doesn't cyclocross as much. So he does still make appearances. It's good preparation for those guys for the road season. Wout van Aert won. Lawrence Streak was second. Thomas Pidcock was third. For second, for a minute there in the race, it looked like it was going to be a 2-horse battle between Thomas Pidcock and Wout van Aert. Pidcock got away, he got off, and he was riding really. Then he just died. So a group formed of 7 riders, which is unusual for a cyclocross. It usually strings out 1 rider, 2 riders, 1 rider, but it stayed like a group of 7 all the way up until 1 lap to go. Once Wout van Aert put the hammer down and for that last 2 laps, he just literally tore that little group up. So once Wout van Aert got away, then the group was like 6 guys, and Pidcock was sort of leading for a little bit, and then Pidcock just sort of like said he had enough, and then just went to the back. Lawrence Schwack said, I'm not going to let Wout van Aert just ride off. So he chased him down, but he wasn't able to catch him, but he got within, I think it was like 20 seconds of Van Aert. So but Van Aert won, and Thomas Pidcock, he made a comeback because he was back in 7th place, and it looked like he was struggling. And he did say that he wasn't feeling good, and then he towards the last 2 laps, his legs felt better, and he was able to come back, and he actually got a podium spot, which was pretty impressive because he did look like he was suffering. So Van Aert won. Schreck was second. Pidcock was in 3rd place. So that was your podium. Belgium, Great Britain. So, but the other interesting thing was, like the ladies winner, Wout van Aert, first he crashed. He slid into a barrier. Like he went into a corner a little hot. He got his foot caught up in his back wheel, which was amazing. Went into I guess the barrier. He did a complete 360, sideways. He didn't flip over. He spun, stayed upright though. Got back on the bike, jumped off the bike, got back on, and then he, within a lap, went from probably 15th place back up to the lead group, which is pretty amazing. But then, with 2 or 3 laps to go, he's riding next to the pits, and one of the mechanics, because they have a pits where, because the bikes get super muddy, so you can't keep riding them because the mud just stops and clogs up everything. So you have to have 2 bikes. So what happens is when they go into the pits, the mechanics take the bike that they're riding, and another mechanic holds the bike they're going to jump on. So they sort of jump off the bike running, let the bike go. One mechanic catches the one bike, and the other mechanic holds onto the other one and then releases it as the rider grabs the bike. So while they're doing all of this, they have towels and stuff, because the whole thing is, once they take the bike, they run to the little cleaning area, spray the bike down, get it all clean, get all that thick mud off of it so that it runs freely. It's free of mud. It's a whole lot lighter, and it's not getting bogged on. So that's what they had the pits. And they use towels and everything to wipe the bikes down. So one of the mechanics had a towel, and the towel that one of the mechanics had was left on one of the barriers. Walt went up, came across his handlebar, grabbed the towel, and in grabbing the towel, it dropped it down into his back wheel and jammed up the derailleur and just locked his wheel up so he couldn't pedal. So he had to, luckily he was next to the pits. He had to run back to the front of the pit because it's halfway up, and so you just can't jump over the barriers. So he had to run back to the top of the pit, come back around his other bike, not a new bike, he got another bike. He made an unexpected pit stop, and then he chased back, and this is when he caught up. He sat in the group for a little bit, and then for like about 2 laps to go, a lap and a half to go, he just put the pedal to the metal and said, "Hasta la vista, baby," and that was all she wrote. So that was the World Cup in Dublin today. Amazing race. I can't believe it was actually in the UK. I didn't even know it was being held in Dublin. I didn't look at the schedule. I should have looked at the schedule because I probably could have made some arrangements to go up and watch it. But at the same time, it's like the temperatures today was below zero. I don't know if I did too well standing outside watching a race, no matter how much I love it. So I haven't got my press pass yet. I've been approved for it, so I should be having my press pass soon. And then I'll probably go to the events once I get my press pass. But I'm gonna wait till I get my press pass, and then I'll start going to the events. But today's race was good. Today's the women's race and the men's race was good. They were both exciting. Even though Walt went out rode away from everybody, but it was still right down to the wire. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. This is Ines Lubing, Say It With Your Legs Media, and that's been the UCI Cyclocross World Cup Dublin, Ireland, round number 9. And the next race will be in Italy, I believe. It'll definitely be in Italy. So anyway, until next weekend, stay tuned and look for some interviews. I got interviews with just regular people, just in the industry, just cool people. So look for those interviews, and it's going to be coming from everywhere, the US, Africa, all types of interviews of people that are into cycling. So this should be good. Ready? Thanks for tuning in, and remember to subscribe and hit the like button. Peace. Thanks, y'all.